as Pakistan is still continuing to lobby against India and seeking international mediation, its all-weather ally, this time around China, it seems, has snubbed Pakistan. In fact, China has clearly indicated to Pakistan that it does not support any outside intervention in the ceasefire violation row. Well, China's foreign ministry spokesperson Hong Li has said that as a neighbor and friend of both India and Pakistan, we sincerely hope that the two countries properly and calmly resolve this dispute through dialogue and consultation. Is Pakistan really serious about making peace with India? Well, after brutally murdering 2 Indian Jawans, Pakistan has now launched a diplomatic offensive against our country. An arrogant Pakistan is now desperately seeking Western intervention in the matter and is using all tactics to ensure that it explains its position to the Western countries first. Well, on Friday, Pakistan's Foreign Secretary Jalil Abbas Jalani had called a meeting of ambassadors of different countries in Islamabad and briefed them about Pakistan's position on the ongoing tension on the line of control with India. Well, given India's opposition to the third-party intervention, Pakistan is trying its best to corner India over this latest row.
They have one version, we have our own version, and we have reason to believe that the version that we have given, it's a very authoritative version. But in case there is any further effort to establish the factual position, there should be no harm in approaching the third. The neutral observers, because after all, what is the mandate of the MOGM? Their mandate is exactly the same, to monitor the violations and to also investigate the violations.
In fact, joining us with the very latest is our Deputy Editor Shiv Arur from Rajouri along the LOC. Well, Shiv, what does Pakistan really gain by internationalizing this issue?
Well, they haven't stopped attempting to internationalize the issue, Meghna. It's been something that they've wanted to do for ages and ages because, dealing with this entire situation bilaterally simply does not suit Pakistan, because at the end of the day, they want a third party to intervene, because then it can be India and Pakistan, their words against each other, against a neutral observer. Because as far as India and Pakistan is concerned, it's a vicious cycle of diplomacy that never really seems to yield anything. But having said that, the Foreign Secretary of Pakistan calling a meeting of other ambassadors, the Indian High Commissioner being summoned, Pakistan, lodging a formal complaint with the United Nations Military Observers Group on India and Pakistan. All of these moves, may comprise the diplomatic offensive. But let's remember that in the last 4 to 5 years, and climaxing with the killing of Osama bin Laden inside Pakistan and the continuing drone strikes, Pakistan holds very little diplomatic weight in the international community when it comes to terror and aggression. And therefore, many analysts I've been speaking to on the phone from here in Rajouri even say that these are counterproductive measures, because all countries, regard Pakistan as a sort of heartland of terror, a source of all world terror. So it seems a little funny, a little ironic that Pakistan would try and draw the world's attention to aggression by another country along the line of control. Because remember, India is not just sitting pretty. We may be, hearing very soft things coming out of Delhi, platitudes coming out of the External Affairs Minister and Minister of Defense. But at the end of the day, on the back channel, India has its own, wheels turning as far as diplomacy is concerned. It isn't keeping quiet about informing the international community about what's really happening on the line of control.